and it's okay to want different things. It's definitely a God thing. Oh, I kind of like that. It's kind of cute. Keep your girlfriends. Now we both sitting here looking stupid. If you can't do it for me, I'm gonna do it for me. And don't go looking for information that's gonna hurt your feelings. Like, not everything in your life is meant to be permanent. Don't let the world, don't let people turn you bitter. Hey ladies, it has been a while. It has been a long while. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaitlyn. If you're new here, I feel like a lot of you guys may be new because for my shorts that I have been posting, I noticed that I got a lot of more subscribers. So welcome to my channel. My name is Kaitlyn. I do lifestyle, business content, health and wellness / fitness content over here. Over here is all about women becoming their dream self and stepping into the dream version of themselves. So yeah, I feel like I learned a lot at 25. I'm still 25 now, but I feel like I just needed a year or so to like really learn and delve deep into what God was trying to teach me in my 25th year. Because I actually had this video idea last year when I first turned 25, but I just couldn't get myself to film it. I feel like I was still learning a lot of things, and I feel like there were still lots to learn. I was going through trials, tribulations, all of it, and I just feel like how last year began is immensely different than how this year has begun. So happy February. I know I said happy new year, but I haven't vlogged any of January. That was not on purpose. I planned on coming back earlier, but it's okay. But anyway, I figured we can do like a little makeup and chat. So I'm gonna do my makeup and we are gonna chat about some of the things I learned. I say 25 things I learned at 25, but they're kind of like integrated into each other because I actually like crazy. I don't know if that's crazy or not, but over this last year of being 25, everything I've learned, I've been putting in my little iPad. If I learned something or like if I've had a revelation about something, I would put it in my iPad and write it down because I'm a writer. I love writing, I love words, I love music, I love lyrics and lyricalness. I just love words and music and all of that. So I'm always writing, whether it be in a journal or whether it's like personal essays or something. Or my notes app. I know a lot of girls use their notes app for everything, have everything in my notes app, but yes, let's get into some 25 things I learned and let's go from this to this. Let's put this hair just in a little twirly twirl. Twirly twirly twirl. So before we get into these lessons and like just introing my 2025, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. Like, let's go ahead and do these eyebrows. I actually plucked them yesterday, kind of shaped them back, and I like how they look. I feel like I did a good job, so go me. So I'm just gonna brush them up. So I just got this from Ulta yesterday. I really like using this to shape my brows because my brows are naturally thick and low-key unruly. Well, maybe not unruly, but they're really thick. Like, they're really dark. When I was younger, I really didn't do anything to them. And I look back at pictures and they look crazy, but like they look crazy, but I just feel like eyebrows really frame your face. So now I'm like, I like to keep them shaped. I like to keep them a little thinner. I feel like it's all about what you think looks best on you, and I like thinner eyebrows on me. I really feel like it really accentuates my cheekbones more. And yeah, I just love a nice thinner eyebrow on me. So we're just gonna go in with the e.l.f. and kind of shape them out. I'm not a pro at this, so don't listen to me too much. But I really like this little tool. I think it's a dupe of something, but this was only $7 and it's just a brush. I'm fine with it being $7, you know? Figured I could talk up here for a little bit because I actually kind of did this on my TikTok page. I kind of said what my intentions are for the new year and just happy new year. So I figured you guys might want to know too, or you may have saw the little short I posted on Reel because I posted the same thing on my Reels as well. But yeah, this year I don't really have any specific goals necessarily. I was looking at my vision board from last year and I was noticing that I accomplished a lot of what I wanted to accomplish, and I was like, pat on the back, good job girl. But I'm not gonna say it was easy. There was a lot of trials and tribulations I had to go through last year. Like I said, this year, like starting this year is completely different than how I began last year. I didn't have a job. I was running low on funds. I didn't know what, like everything was just up in the air. Everything was up in the air. I was having health concerns. It's a very confusing time for me last year, honestly. But going into this year, God has blessed me immensely. I guess I was just led through the wilderness, and that is the thing with being a Christian. Like, you're gonna have seasons of droughts, and you have to really rely on God to take you through. And anything you go through is not to hurt you, it's to refine you. And that is my word of the year, refinement. I felt like I accomplished a lot of my goals last year when I was looking at my vision board, and this year is all about refining that. So refining my business, refining my living situation. I like my apartment, but like just refining things in all aspects of my life and all aspects of myself. I feel like I really grew from a girl to a woman last year. Like, I don't know if my frontal lobe developed or something, or just like the things that happened. I don't know. I feel like I learned a lot last year, and it's all about refining that. And I also realized that I like who I am. There's nothing wrong with me. I feel like society has this thing of like pushing the narrative that you have to be brand new every year. And for a while that was me, because I'm young. Like, I'm only in my mid-20s. Like, of course there's things I haven't accomplished yet, things I haven't reached yet, but there's nothing wrong with you. Figure out, like, nobody's perfect obviously, but there's nothing wrong with you. Just refine what you have, and yeah, just be okay with learning and growing as you go. You don't have to be this completely new creature every year. And but yeah, that's what I was kind of telling myself. Like, I like who I am, I like how I look, I like my way of thinking, I like my friends, I like my family, I like my relationships, like, I like my life. And it's all about refining it and getting to the next goal. And it's not that I don't have any aspirations. I still have aspirations, but I'm more content with where I am, especially taking where I was at last year, you know? Like, if you know me for real, like where I was at the beginning of last year, and like that. But thank you, Jesus. Yeah, my word of the year is refinement. What is your word of the year? Do you have goals for the year? I definitely don't think there's anything wrong with starting new goals or having goals for the year or becoming a new version of yourself. Like I said, I was like that, and I've made vision boards every single year. I still made one for this year, but it was only on my laptop and on my phone. I didn't make a physical one this year because it would have been copy and paste of last year, except for with different pictures maybe. But yeah, I'm just refining what I did last year, and I love that for me. Actually, I love that for me. So yeah, that is my word for the year. But I'm learning to rest, reset, and relax, and I'm getting back to loving my solitude. I'm more of an introvert. Like, I recharge alone. Like, I like being alone. Like, yes, I love my friendships, yes, I love my family and my other relationships, but this whole month I've barely like seen anybody, and I don't know if that's probably not good. Like, I should probably get back into society. But I've just been loving my apartment, loving myself, getting back to who I was. It's easy for me to be alone, and like, I'm okay with being alone. I'm used to being alone, so I've just been loving that. Like, is that bad? Like, I definitely need to get back out there. I've been like seeing my friends occasionally. I've been loving being alone, like this little sanctuary of mine. We're locked in. But anyway, let's get into 25 things I learned at 25. And actually, before we even start that, I've been yapping too much. Let's go ahead and moisturize my face. I like using this Versed, can you see this? This Versed sunscreen. I just got more of it. And sunscreen is the key to getting glowy skin. If you want extra glowy skin, especially this Versed one, like, it leaves my skin so dewy, so glowy. I just love it. Look at that. She's just making my skin look so good. Let's get into some of the things I learned. The first one I want to talk about is, if you love it, let it go. And you're like, what does that even mean? If you love something, don't you want to keep it close to you and have it part of your life all the time? But I've come to realize that not everything in your life is meant to be permanent. Whether it's the person, whether it's the job, whether it's a romantic relationship, a situation, not everything is permanent. And sometimes you have to love something and let it go. Like, I definitely have come to terms with that. Like, there's things I really loved growing up that I had to let go. Like, for example, I really loved cheerleading. I had to let that go. I really loved being in school and being in college, which is why I stayed another year, because I just didn't want to let go. But it is okay. I just went in with the NARS concealer. But it is okay to realize that something is no longer serving you and to let it go. I was causing more harm to myself when I was holding on to stuff that I should have let go of a long time ago. And I was like, well, I just really love it here, or I just really love this person. I don't want to let them go. Like, why can't this just be permanent? Why can't this be forever? And you have to realize that you're not supposed to take every single thing into the next season with you. We have seasons for a reason. We have 4 of them. Like, you're not going to take those dead leaves into the spring. They died for a reason. You be okay with loving something and letting it go. And just because it didn't end end badly doesn't mean that you need to keep it in your life. For example, say you had to break up with somebody, you're like, oh, but they didn't do anything wrong, they weren't abusing me or anything, I really like them as a person, like why can't I keep them with me? Just because it didn't end badly does not mean that it's serving you well. Find something that serves you well and leave. And it's easier said than done, trust me. But just because you like it, you love it, doesn't mean it's meant to stay. I even think of that in terms of my hometown, like where I still live. I love it here. This is where I was born. This is where I was raised. This is where I met the bulk of my friends. And this is where most of my family is. But I love it here. But I trust myself and I trust my God enough to know that I can love it here and still want to leave. I can know that one day I probably will be back. And I'll still have that same love for my hometown, but I don't have to force myself to stay in this box. You know, there's so much more to the world than just my hometown, and it's a small hometown. Like there's so much more people to see, there's so much more things to learn. I'm sure God he wants to expand my territory. God doesn't want you constricted to one space. Like this is not a jail cell. We're supposed to learn and grow as human beings. And yeah, so it's okay to love something and let it go. And I'm just allowing myself to have that space to truly experience and love something, or really like an experience or a situation or anything like that. And then I've gotten my lesson out of it, and it's okay to let it go. I'm trying to make sure I actually like do my makeup as I do this. I didn't realize like this was gonna be kind of hard, like to talk and do this, but yeah, that's my first lesson. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Another thing I'm trying to do this year is to move slower, whether that's my morning routine, being slower with how I'm making my coffee, or not rushing as much in the morning when I'm going to the gym, because I prefer to go to the gym in the morning. And I noticed last year a lot of times like I was getting up and like rushing. I was throwing on stuff, I was throwing on my hat, I was out that door, like I was rushing. And I'm like, why are we moving so fast? That tends to make me forget things. It tends to make me anxious. It's just, I'm just like a bundle of nerves for no reason. I'm like always like jittery and nervous and like anxious. And I'm like, why are we moving so fast? Just slow down, appreciate the moment. Just slow down. Like that is the lesson, just slow down. So I'm just learning to be slower with my actions, slower with my words, slower with my routine, slower with just everything. Observe, look around, see what you're doing. Like do my makeup more slowly, do my skincare more slowly. Just I want to slow down. So that is what I learned to do, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna carve out my brows with this heart shape tape in this lighter color. So I like to just dab a little bit on my hand and then I go in and carve it. This is the brush I'm gonna use. I don't think this is the one I normally use, but I can't find my other one, so. Highlight and frame the face a little bit more. Okay, back to the lessons. Another big thing I learned is suffering is not exclusive to you. And what I mean by that is so often in this world, we feel that we're the only one that is experiencing a certain situation, a certain feeling. Say you lost your job. Like me, for example, like in that season, well, I didn't lose my job. I just couldn't find a job post-grad. And it was so easy for me to get into that mindset. I'm like, oh, why is this happening to me? Woe is me. I got 3 degrees and I can't even find a job. Like, why am I suffering like this? I just can't believe this is happening to me. And I'm like, Kaitlyn, go on social media. Like social media, it may be a little toxic, but there's so many other people that were experiencing the same thing as me. They couldn't find a job post-grad. Suffering is not exclusive to you. And even on deeper terms, a lot of you may not know, but I lost my not funny, but I laugh during nervous situations, but a lot of you don't know, but I lost my dad and my grandma the same year, and it's so easy for me to dwell on that and like just feel like I'm the only one that has experienced grief that deeply. But telling my story and just telling how it has affected me has really made me come to terms with that I'm not the only one that's suffering. I'm not the only one that's grieving. Like this happened to not only me, but it happened to all of my family. Like suffering is not exclusive to me. And I realized when I was telling my story and like how I felt and how it affected me at the age of 22, because 22, I didn't realize how young 22 was until I'm older. Like I'm still young. That was only 4 years ago now, but that was such a hard season for me. I was very much depressed. I felt alone. I didn't want to be too much of a burden on my family because they were were going through those same emotions as me. And it's like, at that time, I don't know why I felt like a burden when they were experiencing the same feelings I was. So suffering is not exclusive to you. Like, if you are a follower of Christ, like suffering, long suffering is literally one of the fruits of the Spirit. We are being refined during that fire, and we're gonna come out on the other side stronger. And I feel like that definitely happened for me. I'm definitely not the same girl I was at 22. I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot, and I've learned that grief is a process. Every day is not the same. Every day my feelings aren't the same, but I can go into my day knowing that they're in a better place and knowing that I've been refined through this process. Yes, there's days, there's seasons where I really wish my dad was there, really wish my grandma was there, like especially with me graduating, with me moving into my own apartment. Like, it's like, dang, I really don't have a dad to do that stuff with. But there's other people that are going through the same experience as me, and they can relate to me. And suffering is, you're not alone in your suffering. Like, that's all that's my main thing I want to say with that. Like, never feel like you're alone. Just open up to somebody, and I guarantee you, even if they haven't experienced that, they can relate to you in some way, and they can just be a listening ear. So never feel like you're alone in a situation. Just talk about it if you can. I know it's hard. It was hard for me at first, but suffering is not exclusive to you. So don't just cocoon yourself up in a bubble and just be depressed alone like I was for a really long time when I was 22, 23. But yeah, it's okay to open up about things that really hurt you, and just know that it's not only you. It's just not you. Another valuable lesson I've learned at 25 is try your best and let God do the rest. Last year, I was trying so hard to find a job. Just trying, and I'm like, why is this not working? Little did I know God was working in the background. So I'd be writing cover letters like almost every day, applying for jobs almost every day, trying to make my business work for me, because I do have a business, but it's not a huge business, it's a small business. So I was like solely relying on that to fund my life, and it was not an easy season at all. I learned a lot during that season, and I learned just how hard I can work and how determined and resilient I am. Like, not that I'm trying to be strong, I really want to be like the soft girl, but I realized like I can get it done, of course with my family and friends. But I learned a lot about myself. Like, I literally went out into my town and pitched myself for pop-ups and like business events and stuff. I was like, no, this is not where my story ends. Like, we are gonna get through this. And I did my best, and God showed up on my behalf. Like, he truly did. He was like, yes, this is not the best I have for you, but I want to see how hard you want this, how hard you will go after it. Not everything is given to you. It's just like, you pray and then you try your hardest to get there, and that's what I did. I tried my best, and God showed up, and he showed out multiple times. I can attest for this. Like, my car, that was definitely a God thing. This apartment, a God thing. Like, literally everything in my life is a God thing. Everything I have, everything I am, my family, my friends, I feel like it was God ordained. Like, you can't tell me it's not. There's crazy things that happened last year, and I'm like, whoa, this is definitely God. So try your best and let God do the rest. You may not see the fruits of your labor right away, but you have to plant the seed and just wait on it. You're not going to plant the seed and keep digging it up. That's actually in the Bible. I like to go back to that. I'll have to put it on the screen where what story that came out of, what Bible story that came out of. But you're not going to plant the seed and go back every day and try to dig it up. You're gonna plant the seed, you're gonna water it, and over time it's gonna grow. So plant the seed and wait on it. It will surely come. That is what another thing I learned. I feel like it's kind of hard for me to do my makeup in chat, but I'm trying my best. And going back into that, you have to learn to do things afraid, because I was definitely scared when I was going out and pitching myself to these business or just pitching my ideas to people. I was scared, but I did it anyway. And I, for a long time, was scared to drive on the highway, but I was like, girl, there's no business opportunities really here. Like, you're either gonna have to figure it out and drive on that highway, or just gonna be stuck here, like stuck confined in this little box. So I did it afraid. Like, I drove on the highway alone, and I've been driving on the highway alone ever since. Even some days I'm still scared because there's crazy drivers everywhere, but I do it afraid, and I trust that the Lord is with me. You're not going to feel comfortable doing every single thing in your life, but if you just sit and dwell in your comfort zone forever, you're never going to get anywhere. Like, I took the risk with my business. I took the risk buying this apartment by myself. Like, you have to take risk in life, and you have to learn to do stuff afraid. And fear isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's just your nervous system has to catch up and regulate. Your nervous system is unfamiliar with this situation, this interaction as well. well, so you have to kind of like talk your nervous system down, like, hey, I'm doing something new, but it's okay, we're gonna get through this, like, you can calm down, like, we're gonna get through this. So just because you feel those feelings of fear and anxiety, don't talk yourself out of doing something new. Sometimes it's good to feel those things. It's not always good to just coast and never feel anything new. So it's okay to do things afraid. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with some blush. Okay, I've been really liking to use the Road blush. Can you see this? I've been using Toasted Teddy. I think I'm gonna go in with another blush on top of it today to have like a different look, but I love this. Like, it's like bronze and glowy. It's so cute. I feel like that might have been too much, but we'll make it work. Another thing I feel like that's integral through all of life, especially as a girl, is to keep your girlfriends. Like, I don't care if you got a man, keep your girlfriends. Your girlfriends were there before that man. Don't get into a relationship and forget who was there with you through the come up. Like, most of my friends I've known since I was a child, like since elementary school, since I was 4 or 5, like they are with you through it all. They've seen you through every season. Don't forget about your friends just because you got into a romantic relationship. That's one thing I pray. Actually, I know I wouldn't do that. I told my best friend, like, if I ever did that, we both have this agreement, like if we ever find ourselves like never talking to each other, never hanging out with each other, just like never being there for each other because we're in relationships, like literally have told each other, like, we gotta say something about it, because your girls are your day ones. Like, those are your chosen family. Like, I don't know what I would do without the friends I have in my life. So keep your girlfriends with you. And I was watching Girlfriends last year, and I just love their friend dynamic. Like, they go through these trials, these tribulations, these normal adult things, and they always have each other to fall back on. And I just feel like as an adult, like, you need those friendships in your life that you know you can count on. Like, not everybody's always going to be right, and not everybody's going to always be perfect. It's good to have those people that you know love you for you, will show up for you, and you do the same for them, and have that village, have that community. Like, keep your girlfriends. Like, never ever forget where you came from. Like, don't forget who you came from. Don't switch up on people, like, just because you got it big or like you got a relationship. Like, keep your friends. I think I'm gonna mix these two. These are e.l.f. I think I'm gonna mix these two on top of the blush, and then I'm gonna put concealer here. So we'll see how it is. And also another thing, have friends that keep it real with you. Like, I don't like my friends to sugarcoat things. Like, if I'm acting stupid, if I said something stupid, please let me know. Like, don't sugarcoat it. If you think I was being delulu, or if you think I have more potential than I'm actually giving myself or allowing myself, like, tell me. Like, I want people to speak life in me, but I don't want my friends to be like people pleasers and only tell me what they think I need to hear. Like, sometimes, yeah, you do need to be babied, and like maybe it's not the right time to tell you what you need to hear, but have those friends that keep it honest and roll with you while still loving you and are there with you through the journey of life. Because I don't know, I just love my friends. They're the bestest. They're the bestest. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this is giving. Ooh, I kind of like that. It's kind of cute. I kind of like that. I want to like do new things. This is not my normal makeup routine. Like, I normally don't put this added blush over it. I've just been using the Road one, but I kind of wanted like more of a pink vibe, and I feel like I'm liking this. This is cutesy. Very cutesy. Like, she's cute. She's cute. And I like picking it up by my eye. Like, that's so cute. It just really snatches. Yes, ma'am. I like you that. I like that. I like that. I really, really like that. Okay, I'm gonna listen to some music and kind of lock in right quick. Oh, I just thought of another one. Like, I didn't even write this one down. But if it doesn't concern you, don't let it concern you. This is a big one, especially for our generation. I know we love our stalking. And when I say stalking, I mean our social media stalking. Like, we love to go and be little private investigators, be little detectives, and go find out information. We know we should be minding our own business. If it doesn't concern you, don't let it concern you. Why are you researching? Why are you searching up that person's name and finding out information just knowing it's gonna hurt you? Don't do that. Like, if it doesn't concern you, don't let it concern you. And another thing, it doesn't even have to be about like researching. I don't even want to say that but you know what I mean, being little private investigators. That's girls, like, you know what I mean. If it, like, it doesn't even have to be that. Like, say a friend of a friend or like a family member said, oh, I saw this, or like I heard this, that, and the other, or say somebody's like speaking down on your name or like negatively talking about you. Like, if you know who you are at heart and you know that your heart posture, you just know who you are, like, don't let anybody else's opinion concern you. Don't let anybody's way of thinking concern you. If it doesn't concern you, why are you letting it concern you? Like, you don't talk to them, like, they don't know anything about you, they don't know who you really are. Let it go. You know who you are, you know what you stand for, you know your morals, you know your values, and you know your ethics. Like, if it isn't about you, don't make it about you. I am the queen of, I like things my way, and I just love me, and like, I would love to correct any and everybody that has an opinion of me that is wrong, but I can't go out into the world and be like, hey, why are you thinking that about me? Change the way you think about me. You know how stupid I would look? Who cares? Like, it doesn't have anything to do with you, so they don't know you. Like, just let it go and let it be. If anything, consider them fan theories. Just be like, oh, I have a fan, like, I love how they're thinking about me. That's super cutesy. Like, I love that for you. But yeah, if it doesn't concern you, don't let it concern you. Don't go out looking for information. Like, if you heard something that you know is not true, don't dwell on it, be all sad about it. You know who you are, and don't go looking for information that's gonna hurt your feelings. Like, I don't know why our generation likes doing that but I don't do that anymore. And I also was on Instagram one day. It's I forgot, I don't know what show she's on.
I walked right out, took my eyes out of my head, put them in my purse, and drove my car blind.
Because why is that me? Like, if I see something I do not like, I will pretend I didn't see it and just leave. Eradicate the situation, the circumstance, whatever it is that I saw out of my mind and pretend it didn't exist. Maybe not always the healthiest, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm like, you know what, Kaitlyn? Are you sure that even happened? Like, are you sure you saw right? Like, are you sure your eyeballs interpreted that the way, like, it actually went down, you know? Okay, maybe don't take that too much to heart, but like, the main lesson I'm trying to get at, if it doesn't concern you, don't let it concern you, okay? But I like how this is turning out. Okay, so going back into the more serious notes of conversation, not that we have to be serious all the time, but only the good things. And this actually comes from a Jhené Aiko song. Is that how you say her last name? But honestly, there have been some horrible things that have happened in my life and my existence of my 25 years. But when I look back at my life, I remembered the good things. I remember a happy childhood. I just remember waking up and being a little country bumpkin with my brothers, like jumping on our trampoline, like my dad cooking on the grill. Like, I remember the good things. I remember our family vacations. I remember cheering. I remember hanging out with my family, my friends. Like, I remember our Christmases. I just remember the good things. And yes, negative things happened over the year, but I can't count all of my blessings because I've been blessed. I want to wake up and, like, even if it is a bad day, I want to be able to count at least 3 things that have happened. Going through my life, like, I want to remember the good things. And even with the people I've lost in my life, I want to remember them how they were. My dad, bright, happy, always joking, always smiling, just like, I don't know, it's just like, I want to remember those things. My grandma, so fun, so calm. Like, she was just a calm queen. I want to remember those good things about them. I want to remember the good memories I have with them. And when I'm having those hard moments where grief is kind of overtaking me, I'm like, but you've had so many good moments. You are blessed. And yes, things aren't perfect, but there's so many good things that have happened in life. Like I said, not everything is permanent, unfortunately, but just try to remember the good, and I think it will help you get through. And it's crazy because that album, that Jhené Aiko album, that album used to make me so sad and used to make me cry, because I might cut this part out, but I remember the day or two after my dad had passed away, like, it was like this, I'll put it on the screen, but I don't really listen to it often because, oh, Waze, Why Aren't You Smiling? That song had came on and I just remember I was just bawling. Like, it was like, at 44 seconds to 4.
44 minutes to 4. Angel walked up to my door.
but I just smile when I'm kind of sad. But I remember that song used to come on and it used to make me so sad, but now when I listen to it, I listen to it with contentment and happiness in my heart, and just knowing that they're in a better place and that I'm actually very happy and proud of myself with how far I've come. Like I can listen to that without crying. Low-key, like that is one of my sayings. I have it on my phone. Like when I'm having a particularly bad season or something, I like to have this one. I like to have this little verse from the song on my phone, and it says, everything takes time. You have got to lose your pride. You have got to lose your mind just to find your peace of mind. You have got to trust the signs that everything will turn out fine. And that is just what I like to say to myself sometimes, to remind myself that things take time and I am okay, and things did get better. And yes, things aren't perfect, but you have to trust the signs that everything will turn out fine. And I'm just happy that I can listen to songs like that and I just have that contentment, heavenly contentment, I guess you could say, because it definitely doesn't come from me. And another thing, like another lesson, why aren't you smiling? Like I try to remind myself that when I'm like being annoying or like I'm kind of sad for no reason, like I try to remind myself, I'm like, why aren't you smiling? There's so much goodness in your life, and like yes, there's some horrible things happening right now in this world, but I try to remember the good and I try to still smile. Because another lesson intertwined in this, I have this written down as well, is I look for joy. I'm not seeking happiness per se. I feel like the only thing that's everlasting is joy, and I try to be joyous in the moment and just try to be as happy, quote unquote, as I can. But that happiness is just joy. Like it's a feeling that I can't really describe, but I just know that I am taken care of, that I will always be okay, and that everything will happen as it should, and that God's got me. Like if nobody has me in this world, I know that's not true, like I definitely know that there's my family and friends got me, but if nobody has me, God has me, and I know that the joy comes from him, and the joy is heaven and him, and knowing that one day I will be up there too and I'll see the people I have lost, you know, hopefully and praying no time soon, because I do like my life, but I haven't met my husband yet. But but you know, like I'm just happy, and I've actually gotten that before. They're like, people are like, oh, you're so smiling, you're so happy, like once you get to know me, and like they mistake my happiness, my joy, for like never being through anything serious. It's just that I don't let those serious heartbreaking things break me. Like if anything, like I said, they refined me, they made me who I am today. And I can also be grateful knowing that this life is not eternal and the eternal life is in heaven, you know. This makeup is coming out pretty good. If it's not, just lie to me. I feel like I don't like the lighting right there, but I'll show you the end product when I'm done. I feel like since I'm talking and this is taking a lot longer than normal, still believe in good things. Do not let your circumstances, don't let the world, don't let people turn you bitter. It will rot you from the inside out. When you let the things around you affect how you are on the inside, you will rot on the inside. It will fester in you. It will turn to bitterness. And I'm not gonna lie, we see this with people today. They let hate turn them into a rotten person. That's no shade at all, but like hate, all it does is turn you into a bitter, rotten person. Just still believe in the good days. There are good days ahead. I am a testament to that. I've had plenty of bad days, but I try to remind myself there's still goodness. There's goodness because it exists within you. Another lesson, I guess, growing up as a divalicious queen for my mama is your life is dependent on you. Like my mom, she taught me to be independent, to stand for my own, and we were literally talking about this earlier. Always be able to have your own. Don't depend on anybody else to get there for you, to do things for you. Do it for yourself. Like be able to afford things for yourself. Like, if you're in a relationship, be able to leave if it's not serving you. Like make sure you have your own money, make sure you have your own place if it's within means. Be able to support yourself. Your life is dependent on you. Like I know where I want to be, and I'm not gonna sit around and wait for anybody to come and pick me up and put me in my dream life. I'm gonna work for it. I'm going to work for what I want in this life. You know, like my mom, she loves to give me this example. Like if I were to go on a date with anybody and they tell me we're going to this super fancy $1,000 restaurant where every meal is like $1,000, she said, if you don't have $1,000 in your bank account, you can't afford to go there. Be able to afford your own. Your life is dependent on you. Like what if you show up to that restaurant and that man thought you were rich? He thought you could afford that $1,000 meal, that $1,000, and you don't even have $1,000 in your bank account. Now we both sitting here looking stupid. Sorry. Now we both sitting here looking crazy. Like be able to afford things. Like your life is dependent on you, and that goes beyond money. If you know you want to live a certain lifestyle, if you know you want to be in a certain place, want to do a certain thing, take steps now to achieve that goal. Like actionable steps. Like you have the big goal and then you have the steps in between to get there. Write it down. Like write it down and make it plain. Like I feel like that is a verse and scripture I love in life. Like write it down and make it plain. You know you want to be somewhere. Firstly, write the huge goal and then start breaking that goal down into how you're going to get there. Faith without works is dead, obviously. Write it down, make it plain. So yeah, your life is dependent on you, and here's some little finances tips as well, I guess. But yeah, know that if you want to be somewhere in life, it is up to you to get there. But yeah, your life is dependent on you. It all depends on you. I'm a winner, we're independent, throw your hands around me. Ooh, I kind of like this. She kind of cute. She kind of cute. Okay, that's going to be kind of setting. Let's go in with some powder and some blush. Like there's so many little gems and stuff I've learned over the years, things I've learned from my elders or even my friends. It's like there's so much to learn, and there's still so much I am learning as I grow, which is, like I said, why I decided not to do this video last year and why I waited a little bit. That's the thing about life. We're always learning, we're always growing, you're always evolving, like, and that's okay, like as we should. Like it's okay to not have the same opinion that you did last year. It's okay to change your worldview or how you see yourself, how you want to be presented to the world. We're growing, we're changing, and that's okay. It'd be so boring if we all just stayed the same forever, you know. We should be growing. Like I should not have the same mindset that I did when I was 10 years old. I'm 25 now. I'm excited to see what I learn next year, that's for sure. Like I feel like there's so much to learn. One or two more things I want to say. The first one is don't put yourself on discount. Like your boundaries and standards are there for a reason. It's okay to like someone, but if you continuously have to try time and time again to get something to work, if there's just so much resistance there, it probably is not meant to work. It doesn't matter how much you like somebody, how much you like to be in a certain situation, how much you like to be in that space, that environment. If it's not working, maybe it's just not supposed to work, and that's easier said than done, and sometimes it does hurt, but it's okay to let go. If it's not working, if it doesn't align with your morals, your ethics, your values, your standards, you know you're worth more than that, it's okay to go. It is okay to leave. It is no harm, no foul. Like that's no hard feelings. Like especially as women, it's okay to leave situations that aren't serving you. And I feel like we have to be honest about ourselves about what we want. I kind of have it written down. Like am I upholding my own standards by allowing this person to treat me this way? Are they a man of their word? Are they just all talk, no action? Things like that. Like have it written down, and if you feel like this relationship or whatnot isn't serving you, it's okay to let it go and just wait for the next thing. And it doesn't have to end badly. Maybe y'all can still be friends, maybe. But yeah, that's okay. Like don't force something to work that I don't know. I know I have high standards. I truly do know I have high standards. That's just how I was raised. I'm the youngest girl, the baby girl, but I just know what I want out of life, and I know that if nobody's gonna get it for me, I'm gonna get it for myself. Ask anybody in my family, I'm a go-getter. If you can't do it for me, I'm gonna do it for me. So if you feel like you're the only one, this is like with any relationship, honestly, like friendships, family, like if you're consistently like the only one reaching out, the only one trying to make things work, only one making plans, the only one like committed to your bond and relationship, it might just be best to let it go and like take a step back. It doesn't mean like you hate the person, and maybe you guys just need to grow apart before you can come together. That's not all the time, but if there's so much resistance and pushback, maybe it's just not meant to be. And that's just a lesson that I've learned, especially in adulthood. 20s is hard, adulting is hard. Everybody's busy, everybody's chasing their dreams, everybody's like doing their own thing. Some people were having families, some people were getting married, some people were traveling the world. Like we're adults and it's crazy out here. Like there's so much going on out here. So it just means that we're in a different stage of life, or we want different things. And it's okay to want different things. It's okay to go different directions, you know? So that is what I've learned as an adult. Yeah, those are some things I learned. Let's finish my makeup. I'm almost done. I want to find a little lip combo to wear. And then I like to use the Laura Mercier. Familiar the way you run it, cause I did the same thing once. I'm seeing my reflection in your eyes. This is color calling. I'm about to plug it in. I love this song. It's also my style. We're going to fix my hair a little bit. Just not too much because I did just heatless curls, but they didn't really stay. We're gonna use this Timo, I think it's Timo, curling iron / straightener, and she's so cute and pinky. I love it.
Back when I didn't care how she felt, so maybe I should run far from you.
Okay, and now let's do a lip combo. I might come back to my hair, but let's do a lippy combo. So I think I want to do a pink combo. So I have this NYX color in Auburn. Okay, ignore my phone right here. I'm trying to get some content for TikTok, so we're gonna do the lip combo for both. Very pink, very girly, very cute. This one's very pigmented, so I try to be careful with it. Yeah, that's cute. I did forget to use some spray, so let's do that. Okay, that is the finished look. This is the look. Very cutesy, very pink. I try to do the pink cheeks. Oh my goodness, look at my teeth. I feel like I've learned a lot. I love my life. Of course, nobody's life is perfect, but I love my life. I love my family. I love my friends. I'm so grateful for every person I've met, whether they are still in my life, whether they're no longer in my life, because I know everything is God ordained and everything happens for a reason. So thankful to have my life the way it is. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. There's still things I want to accomplish. And like I said, if you want to learn more about my refinement here, go to my TikTok. I really like this makeup. I'm going to turn the camera like this way so you guys can see, because I feel like this lighting here is not doing it justice. Like, I wish I could go somewhere, but I'm not driving in the snow. It's snowing pretty bad here. But I hope you guys took something away from this video, and I'm sure you guys have learned a lot over the years, so let me know below, and let me know if you resonated with anything I said and like you can relate. Thank you girls so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Love's never wasted when it's shared.